Welcome to Inside the Show. Baseball is back in April. Let's check out some of the results from yesterday.
Looking first at the NL East,
The St. Louis Cardinals
amassed 14 hits in the game.
as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 10-5.
Entering the day's action,
The Mets are in first place in the NL East,
while the Cardinals
sit in last place in the National League Central Division. The Miami Marlins,
racked up 11 hits as a team.
as they nab the win against the visiting Cubs 5-4.
As of today,
The Marlins sit in third place in the National League East Division,
and the Cubs
are in fourth place in the NL Central. The Reds,
completed a short two-game sweep.
as they bested the visiting Nats 12-8.
In the standings,
The Reds sit in first place in the National League Central Division,
and the Nationals
sit in fourth place in the National League East Division. The Los Angeles Dodgers,
sent 3 balls into the seats.
as they grabbed a win in extras over the Giants 7-5.
At the start of the day,
The Dodgers are leading the National League West,
while the Giants are at the bottom of the division.
The Boston Red Sox,
Hit 3 long balls,
as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg
10-5. Heading into the day,
The Rays sit in last place in the American League East Division,
while the Red Sox are at
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday.
starting off in the National League East,
The New York Mets,
allowed only 5 hits as a staff.
as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 7-2. Nick Markakis,
Launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total.
leading the Braves to a victory over the Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday.
Looking first at the NL East,
Anthony Rendon
drove in 3,
leading Washington to a win against the Mets, 5-2. The Philadelphia Phillies
pitched well, allowing only 3 hits.
as they It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show.
Starting off in the National League East,
The Mets
complete.
Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Cardinals
combined to give up just 5 hits.
as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 4-2. The Arizona Diamondbacks
Had 12 hits as a team.
as they took the win in extra innings over the Phillies, 5-3. The Braves
Smacked 15 team hits.
as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati, 10-3. The Chicago Cubs
Put together 10 total hits.
as they got the best of the Brewers at home, 3-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates
Finished off a 3-game sweep.
as they defeated the visiting Tigers, 6-3. The Yankees second baseman, number 25,
Plated 5 on the day with 2 big flies.
as the Yankees pushed past the Twins,
12-2.
the Blue Jays
Went deep 4 times.
as they beat the visiting Red Sox, 7-3.
The Orioles got 11 hits overall.
as they beat the visiting Rays, 9-4. The Mariners
Launched 3 home runs.
as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland,
10-4.
it was their 7th straight victory. The Chicago White Sox
Allowed only 5 hits in the game.
as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium, 4-0. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Starting off in the National League East,
The San Diego Padres
knocked out 10 hits as a team.
as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 5-3.
As of right now,
The Padres are in last place in the NL West, while the Mets sit atop the NL East. The Rockies
got 12 hits in this one.
as they took down the Fish in Miami, 8-5.
In the standings,
The Marlins are in last place in the NL East, and the Rockies sit in first place in the National League West Division. The Nationals
grabbed 13 hits in the game.
as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks, 6-5. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Atlanta Braves It's Monday morning, and welcome to Inside the Show.
starting off in the National League East,
The Colorado Rockies Good Thursday morning to you. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Metropolitans
combined for 10 hits as a team,
as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 8-2. The Washington Nationals
allowed only 5 hits as a staff,
as they beat the O's in Baltimore 2-0. The Los Angeles Dodgers
combined to give up just 5 hits,
as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 2-0. The San Diego Padres
only allowed 2 hits in the game,
as they beat the visiting Marlins 2-1. Jacob Barnes got win number 1 on the year, helping the Brewers down the Cardinals 3-2. The Pirates
put together 10 total hits,
as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 7-6. Joey Votto
had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits,
as the Reds were winners over the Diamondbacks 8-5. Chris Russin earned the 3rd W of his season, leading the Rockies to a win over the Giants 4-3. The Red Sox
combined to allow only 4 hits,
as they blew out the Jays 6-0. Tommy Kahnle collected win number 2 on the year, leading the Yankees to a win over Houston 3-2. The White Sox
picked up 14 hits in total,
as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 6-5. The Angels
hit 3 long balls,
as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 4-0. The Twins
totaled 11 hits,
as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 8-4. The A's
launched 3 home runs,
as they beat the visiting Rays 7-3. The Seattle Mariners
racked up 11 hits as a team,
as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 7-4. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Cubs
knocked out 10 hits as a team.
as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 5-3.
As of today,
The Mets are in second place in the NL East, while the Cubs are atop the NL Central. The Nationals
got 11 hits overall.
as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 5-4.
Heading into the day,
The Braves are in third place in the NL East,
while the Nationals are atop the division.
the Diamondbacks
Earned the 3-game series sweep.
as they manhandled the Marlins 6-0.
Entering the day's action,
The Diamondbacks sit in third place in the National League West Division, while the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East. The Phillies
totaled 13 hits as a team.
as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 2-1.
In the standings,
The Giants are in fourth place in the NL West,
while the Phillies
are in fourth place in the NL East. Michael Wacha collected win number 3 this year, helping the Cards pass the Buccos 2-1.
at the start of the day,
The Cardinals sit in second place in the National League Central,
and the Pirates are 4th in the division.
the Dodgers
Sent 3 balls into the seats.
as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 7-5.
As of right now,
The Rockies are in second place in the NL West,
and the Dodgers are atop the division.
the Padres
Brought out the rooms in a 3-game sweep.
as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 5-3.
Entering the day's action,
The Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division, and the Reds are in last place in the NL Central. The Baltimore Orioles
combined for a 4-hitter.
as they defeated the visiting Yankees 5-1.
As of today,
The Orioles are in last place in the AL East,
while the Yankees are 2nd in the division.
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show.
Starting off in the National League East,
The Yankees
knocked out 12 hits as a team
as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 8-3.
heading into the day.
The Mets sit in second place in the National League East Division, and the Yankees sit in second place in the American League East Division. The Miami Marlins
Racked up 11 hits as a team.
as they bested the visiting Padres 4-1.
As of right now,
The Marlins are in last place in the NL East,
while the Padres
are in last place in the NL West. Joe Ross got his third win this season, helping lead the Nationals to victory against the Giants 3-2.
at the start of the day,
The Nationals sit in first place in the National League East Division, and the Giants sit in fourth place in the National League West. The Brew Crew
held their opponent to just 2 hits.
as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 2-1.
As of today,
The Phillies sit in fourth place in the National League East Division, and the Brewers are in third place in the NL Central. The Atlanta Braves
had 12 hits as a team.
as they push past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 6-3.
Heading into the day,
The Dodgers are in first place in the NL West, and the Braves sit in third place in the National League East Division. The Pittsburgh Pirates
amassed 14 hits in the game.
as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 7-3.
In the standings,
The Cubs are in first place in the NL Central,
while the Pirates are 4th in the division.
The St. Louis Cardinals
Completed a 3-game series sweep.
as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 3-2. They are on a roll with 8 straight. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
Noah Syndergaard pitched well, earning his 9th win of the season as the Mets took care of the Diamondbacks 3-1. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The San Diego Padres Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action.
looking first at the NL East,
Chris Archer got the W, his 11th this season, leading the Buccos past the Mets 3-1. He currently has the most wins in the National League. The Braves relief pitcher, number 30, got his 7th win out of the bullpen, helping lead Atlanta past the Reds 3-2. The Miami Marlins
pitched well, allowing only 3 hits.
as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 2-1. The New York Yankees
Put up 16 hits on the day.
as they took the win in extra innings over the Phillies 6-4. Christian Yelich
Drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs.
leading the Brewers past the Royals 6-5. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Jose Ramirez
Sent 2 into the seats while driving in 6.
helping lead the Indians over the Redbirds
10-2.
As of today, he is leading the American League in round trippers. The Chicago Cubs
Combined for 4 total home runs.
as they push past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 8-3. Madison Bumgarner earned the 3rd W of his season as the Giants toppled the Rockies 2-1. They now have 5 straight wins. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim
Picked up 14 hits in total.
as they took down the Red Sox on the road 6-1. Kyle Seager
Plated 4 runs with 3 hits on the day.
as the Mariners took down the Orioles 4-3. The Minnesota Twins
Combined for 10 hits as a team.
as they beat the White Sox on the South Side 5-4. Sean Manaea grabbed win number 9 this year as the Athletics took care of the Tigers 3-2. The Rangers
Allowed only 5 hits in the game.
as they bested the visiting Padres 5-2. Garrett Cole got the win in the game and pitched into the 9th inning, not allowing any runs, as Houston bested the Blue Jays 1-0. He is among the AL leaders in wins. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday.
Starting off in the National League East,
The Marlins
hit 3 long balls.
as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 7-5.
Also in Mets news,
Free agent Wade Boggs has agreed to terms on a 2-year deal with the organization. The Philadelphia Phillies
grabbed 13 hits in the game.
as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Nationals, 5-4.
Ozzie Albies grabbed 3 base knocks.
As Atlanta downed the Cardinals, it's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Tampa Bay Rays
allowed only 5 hits as a staff.
as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field, 5-3.
Entering the day's action,
The Mets are in 3rd place in the NL East, and the Rays are in 4th place in the AL East. The Washington Nationals
totaled 11 hits.
as they beat the visiting Marlins 10-2.
As of today,
The Nationals are in 1st place in the NL East, and the Marlins
are at the bottom of the division.
The Milwaukee Brewers
Got 12 hits in this one.
as they took down the visiting Braves 6-2.
At the start of the day,
The Brewers sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division, while the Braves are in 4th place in the NL East. The Phillies
combined to allow only 4 hits,
as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park
12-2.
That now makes 8 straight wins for the team.
As of right now,
The Pirates sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday.
Starting off in the National League East,
The New York Mets
finished off a 3-game sweep
as they bested the visiting Padres 7-5. The Los Angeles Dodgers
brought out the rooms in a 3-game sweep
as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-1. The Washington Nationals
combined for a 4-hitter
as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 3-2. The Cubs
pitched well, allowing only 3 hits
as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 3-0. The Cardinals
stopped their 6-game losing streak
as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 7-6. The Colorado Rockies
finished off a 2-game sweep
as they got the home victory against the Astros 11-2. The Yankees
completed a 3-game series sweep
as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 6-5. Jake Odorizzi won his 4th game thus far, leading Minnesota to a win over Toronto 3-2. The Boston Red Sox
got 11 hits overall
as they beat the O's in Baltimore 5-4. The Cleveland Indians
allowed only 5 hits in the game
as they sank the visiting Buccos 4-0. The Royals
earned the 3-game series sweep
as they defeated the visiting Tigers 7-6. The Chicago White Sox
went deep 4 times
as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 9-6. Marco Gonzalez got the W, his 11th this season, as the M's downed the Giants 5-1. He currently has the most shutouts among pitchers in the American League. The Oakland Athletics
amassed 14 hits in the game
as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 8-1. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. The trade deadline looms large. Welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
Chad Kuhl collected his first W this season, leading the Buccos past the Mets 5-2.
In the standings,
the Pirates are in 4th place in the NL Central, and the Mets sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division. Daniel Winkler collected win number 3 this year as the Braves took care of the Dodgers 3-2.
Heading into the day,
the Braves sit in 4th place in the National League East Division,
while the Dodgers
are leading the National League West. The Nationals
combined to give up just 5 hits
as they took down the Fish in Miami 8-1.
Entering the day's action,
the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East,
and the Nationals are atop the division.
Scott Schebler
launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total,
leading the Reds over the Phillies
11-10. As of today,
the Reds sit in last place in the National League Central Division.
while the Phillies sit in second place in the National League East Division. Chris Bryant was clutch at the plate with 3 RBIs
as the Cubs took down the rival Cards 5-4.
He is among the NL leaders in triples. As of right now,
The Cardinals are in third place in the NL Central,
and the Cubs are atop the division.
The Rockies
Finished off a 3-game sweep
as they dismantled the A's 15-2. It was their 5th straight victory.
at the start of the day.
The Rockies sit in second place in the National League West Division, and the Athletics are in second place in the AL West. The Arizona Diamondbacks
Combined to allow only 4 hits
as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 2-0.
heading into the day,
The Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division,
and the Diamondbacks are third in the division.
the San Francisco Giants
Put together 10 total hits.
as they got the best of the Brewers at home 4-2.
Entering the day's action,
The Giants are in fourth place in the NL West,
while the Brewers
are in second place in the NL Central. The Twins
totaled 13 hits as a team.
as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 7-1.
As of today,
The Red Sox are leading the AL East, and the Twins sit in second place in the AL Central Division. The New York Yankees
swatted 4 home runs in this one.
as they dethroned the Royals 11-1.
As of right now,
The Yankees are in second place in the AL East,
while the Royals
sit in third place in the American League Central. The Baltimore Orioles
knocked out 12 hits as a team.
as they beat the visiting Rays 6-5.
In the standings,
The Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division.
while the Rays are 4th in the division.
The White Sox
Picked up 14 hits in total,
as they took down the visiting Blue Jays
10-4. At the start of the day,
The White Sox sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division,
and the Blue Jays
are in third place in the AL East. Carlos Carrasco Welcome to Inside the Show. It's the wild day that is the trade deadline.
looking first at the American League East,
J.D. Martinez
drove home 3 runs.
as the Red Sox push past the Phillies 5-4. He is currently among the RBI leaders in the American League. Brad Brock grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, as the Braves downed the Marlins 2-1.
David Dahl swung the bat well with 3 hits.
As the Rockies downed the Cardinals 6-4. Randall Delgado collected his 5th win in relief as the Diamondbacks defeated the Rangers 5-2.
Walker Buehler
Pitched well, earning his 9th win of the season as the Dodgers nabbed the win from the Brewers 4-3. Brett Gardner
had a home run and 3 RBIs.
helping the Giants push past the Padres 5-4. Jose Ramirez
Was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs.
helping the Indians to the win over the Twins
10-0.
He is among the American League leaders in home runs. The Toronto Blue Jays
Grabbed 13 hits in the game,
as they defeated the A's in Oakland
9-4.
The Stros
Hit 3 long balls.
as they bested the Mariners in Safeco Field 7-2.
And that's the show. The trade deadline is only hours away, so don't forget to check in tomorrow for a full recap of the day's events.
Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action.
Starting off in the National League East,
The Washington Nationals
completed a short 2-game sweep.
as they got the best of the visiting Mets 2-0. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Atlanta Braves
Brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep.
as they beat the visiting Marlins
10-6.
Starling Marte
Had 3 hits in the contest.
as the Pirates got a win over the Cubs 5-2. He is among the National League leaders in stolen bases. German Marquez got the win, number 7 thus far, as the Rockies downed the Cardinals 4-2. The Milwaukee Brewers allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 6-5. The Rays allowed only 5 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Angels 3-2. The Baltimore Orioles finished off a 2-game sweep as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 7-4. The Chicago White Sox racked up 11 hits. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL East,
The Miami Marlins combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the best of the visiting Mets 4-2.
heading into the day,
The Marlins are in last place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Mets are third in the division, 4.5 games back. The Braves amassed 14 hits in the game as they got the best of the Brewers at home 4-3.
as of right
The Nationals totaled 11 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 9-5.
in the standings.
The Cubs sit in first place in the National League's Central Division, 3.5 games ahead of second. It's Monday morning, and welcome to Inside the Show.
Looking first at the NL
TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show.
starting off in the National League East.
Hyunjin Ryu got the W, his 11th this season, helping lead the Mets past the Giants 5-3. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday.
Starting off in the National League East,
Steve Cishek won his 5th game out of the bullpen, helping lead the Cubbies to a victory over the Mets 3-2. The Boston Red Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Marlins 6-2. It was their 5th straight victory. The Braves
completed a short 2-game sweep
as they beat the visiting Rays 3-1. The Philadelphia Phillies
earned the 3-game series sweep
as they bested the visiting Nats 1-0. The win was their 5th straight as a team.
Amir Garrett
Earned his 4th win out of the bullpen, helping lead Cincinnati to a win over the Brewers 3-2. The St. Louis Cardinals
combined for 4 total home runs
as they plundered the Pirates 11-5. The Mariners
allowed only 5 hits as a staff
as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-3. The San Francisco Giants sent 3 balls into the seats as they made it a laugher against the Diamondbacks 7-1. The New York Yankees got 11 hits overall as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 6-3. The Blue Jays combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 6-3. As they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 6-2. They now have 5 straight wins.
Jose Altuve was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits.
As the Astros downed Oakland
9-2. He is currently among the AL leaders in batting average. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
Now from the home of the Rays, Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Detroit Tigers and the Tampa Bay Rays. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. Two of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Chris Archer is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Tampa Bay. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Chris Archer, one of the premier pitchers in baseball. When he's good, he's nearly unhittable. Great fastball with movement. Slider probably his best pitch, and the changeup has been much better recently. If Chris Archer brings his A game, it's going to be a long night for the hitters.
Into the box now, Mikey Mata. He will lead this one off today. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And we are underway from Tampa as the first pitch of the afternoon is taken for ball one. The 1-0 home. A swing and a miss, strike one. The 1-1. Waves and misses for strike number two. Missed with a slider.
He's going to have to make adjustment on that slider away. He can't just make it a non-competitive pitch and allow these guys to take. He's got to start that a little bit more over the middle of the plate to get that swing and miss on the outer half.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Smith in pursuit. One down. With that, let's get you a look at the starting nine for the Tigers. Mark DeRosa, what's your take on him this afternoon on the road?
Matty, I know this team can swing the bat. But one thing I'm focused on, and I think a huge key for this team, is base running. And I'm not necessarily saying stolen bases. Just being aggressive on the base pass. Putting the defense on their heels, taking the extra base, maybe that send from first to home. That's what I'm hoping to see.
First pitch on its way. And that one just missed outside. Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Hey, you know, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, he'll give a little bit off the edges, but he gets the respect not only from the pitchers, but from the players because his zone is consistent.
Yeah, as long as he's consistent, Dan, I'm okay with Mike Fillmore's zone. If a pitcher's pounding that zone, he wants to give a little bit off the outer edge, I'm okay with that.
One out, nobody on. This is taken for a ball high and tight. 2-2.
As a veteran pitcher, he knows if he's going to have success in this one, he's got to establish that pitch in to get those guys to respect it and open up that outer half of the plate.
The 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Kiermaier's got a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away.
Batting third, first baseman, Miguel Cabrera.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. Head-to-head against Chris Archer. He carries a batting average of .389. Two of those hits were for home runs. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. Now the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tigers, and now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Michael Fulmer, a right-hander from the Sooner State, gets the starting assignment here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, thanks, Matt. On the bump, Michael Fulmer. Boy, what really turned his career around, learning the straight changeup. Always had a big arm when he came up in the Mets farm system, but since he arrived in the big leagues, more than that big arm, the fastball 95 to 97 miles an hour. Straight changeup, one of the best in baseball. Also has a curveball to go along with it. If he brings the changeup and the good one with him, he will be really tough to hit.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Now the pitch. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. The count is Span. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Count remains 2-2. Tries to dump this one out to left. And this will be no problem over at third, and there's the first out. Now a moment here in St. Pete for a glance at the Rays starting lineup. Mark DeRosa, what do you have for us on this lineup?
Matty, I know I'm stating the obvious, but the middle of the order has to come through today. You got guys that are playing way above their pay grade on the periphery, and it's time for them to look and see the big boys do their job.
So striding forward now, Matt Duffy. He'll get to take his first cuts here. First delivery to him on the way. Here's the slider to start things out, looked at for ball 1. The 1-0 is taken for ball 2. Now the 2-0 home. High in the air out to center field.